Alright guys, my name is Justin.
My name is Danny.
And we are RINGPOST.
That echo was crazy.
Yeah, no, it really was.
But you know what else is crazy?
What?
Elimination Chamber.
That was nuts.
We are going to talk about it today in this episode. Episode 7, by the way.
Lucky 7.
Lucky 7.
Lucky 7.
Cody
On Elimination Chamber. That's...
But
yeah, I think
Cody
fits.
wasn't so lucky, though.
No, he wasn't.
No, man,
but we'll talk about that later.
We're going to get down to it. But listen, we're going to talk about the Elimination Chamber, all right? First thing we're going to talk about is the Women's Elimination Chamber match.
Being said, that was first.
Yes.
You know, let's try to stick an order here. And I think it's perfect that we're doing the Women's Elimination Chamber first.
Yep.
Because as soon as the bell rang,
he's hyped.
There was a storm that came.
He's hyped.
Oh,
if you guys
man.
don't know.
These are another one of piece of information that we definitely predicted. To where Naomi, you a lie.
Ooh, a liar. But
I gotta
not the drink. But
how dare you?
Shame on you. But okay, but let's talk about that. All right, so she comes out, right? She's coming down, and then you see Liv freaking out.
There's so many points.
I
already know you want to make.
Want to point out. So Liv is already like, oh no, she's coming, she's gonna get me.
Yeah.
But then we start seeing in the background, we see Bianca getting her jacket off. I don't know, you saw that.
Okay, so I've rewatched that moment over and over again.
Yeah.
And not through just clips on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or anything like that. I actually went back and watched this. I must have watched Elimination Chamber about 3 or 4 times by now.
Okay.
That moment, I did realize it was after the bell. So, I mean, it does make sense that she's taking off her jacket. But are you also taking off your jacket because you feel guilty too and you want to, square up too? So, I don't know. I do know a number of ways that they're trying to go about this. But let me hear some of your...
Bianca did it. I think she's setting up...
you think she was a mastermind behind it?
Absolutely. But I feel like she's also setting up Naomi. That's just me. But you pointed something out the other day, and like rumor speculation wise.
So what... The way I see them going about this is possibly bringing in Lash Legend and Jakara. And Naomi being the mastermind behind it. I don't know how true it is, but
it's still speculation.
It there's always speculation, especially in this industry, and
yes,
always these sort of hypotheses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think that angle would be great because then that would bring Lash Legend and Jakara into the main roster.
Right.
But with the whole Bianca thing, that would be an interesting take on it too. I would love to see that. I did also see that somebody had asked Jordynne Grace where was she while her girl was getting beat. She's even scared of Jade Cargill.
I mean, have you seen Jade?
But I mean, have you seen Jordynne Grace?
I'm scared of the both of them. They can lift me up, all right, and just throw me, okay? They can.
It's just, you know what? The throws, but just that big boot to Naomi's face. Oh my god.
Yeah, like I think that was like a very interesting side that we saw Jade. It was aggressive.
Very aggressive.
It was very aggressive, but that's a good thing.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good thing. But we're gonna talk about that more later on to see how the story develops and everything. So,
oh yeah, this is something that's gonna be a reoccurring in a few rambles now.
Yes. So now we're gonna be talking about the women's elimination chamber match.
The actual match.
Yeah. So Naomi's out. They took her out. So now
I just want to say, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I just want to say, I honestly wholeheartedly thought that Jade was going to replace her in that elimination chamber.
People were expecting that too.
Yeah.
They really thought that was going to happen, but I thought it was like, it wouldn't make sense for her to jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. It would...
It makes it a little more juicier.
Yeah.
The fact that she didn't.
Like, you replaced... Like, I was out on injury... You took my spot. You're now the tag team champion. Now I'm going to take your spot to the role of WrestleMania. It would have made sense in that aspect, but I think what they were trying to do is trying to make that story a little more interesting because we don't know if it was Naomi or not. She just attacked her.
But, I mean, just, you know what? Just like when Michael Cole said... Does Jade believe that Naomi was the one that attacked her?
Mm-hmm.
And Pat McAfee said exactly what I was thinking. She's the only one that would know.
Oh, man.
But you never know with wrestling storylines.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. So yeah, overall, the Elimination Chamber match was really good.
No, it was.
I enjoyed it. Definitely seeing we definitely saw a lot of highlights with Roxanne.
Yes,
which was fantastic.
She did like what 8 hurricanranas during that match.
Yeah. I was very surprised and I was very happy to see what she showcased. Obviously, what she's capable of and everything. Bayley did her thing. Liv definitely was getting a beating. We're going to talk about that whip.
The whip heard around the world.
That whip. Like, as soon as it happened, we heard the whoosh. Everyone in the room was like, oh! Oh!
I just want to say, ancestors heard that one.
Oh, gosh. But it was definitely what we needed in a match like that. Because, again, like, Bianca's emotions were probably, like, skyrocket. Like,
all over the place.
Like, my best friend just got jumped. My best friend jumped my best friend. I got a match here. Now I got to make sure I win so I can go to WrestleMania. Yep. So it's, like, all over the place for her. But Liv took a beating, too.
Liv was jacked up. Oh man!
You sent the picture.
Yeah. She looked like a banana.
Bruised up. She got the whip mark here. Oh,
so
God.
The fact that when she whipped her ponytail,
it
wrapped around and put a welt onto her stomach over here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And that was a bad welt.
It was very bad.
It wrapped right around her and hit her right in the front.
Yep.
Everybody thought it was just the back. She did get cut in the back too.
She did. I saw that. It was just really, really. Oh man, I think at this point I'm very glad to say that we're seeing a growth with the women's wrestling division on SmackDown and Raw.
Where growth, they hit their like 10th growth spurt.
So this could be like, I feel like we're getting a push because even on Raw last night, the fact that we had a main event that.
That's what I wanted to say.
So this is speculation because I saw an article about how Bayley wants to push for Evolution 2. For the all women's PLE that happened a few years ago.
Okay, it was Evolution.
Yeah, it was Evolution. It was Evolution. And I read somewhere that Bayley was the one that was trying to push for it.
Okay.
I have a really strong feeling the reason why we're getting so many like women's matches that are top. You know, going back from Dakota to Dakota Kai with Lyra. We're going to from Rhea to Io. And obviously the women's match, it's like we might get an Evolution 2.
Yeah.
So if we get another Evolution 2, I think that would be great.
That would be beautiful.
Evolution 1 was great.
It was.
I enjoyed it.
And that was at Nassau Coliseum.
It was Nassau Coliseum.
I was planning on going, but adulting happens.
It happens
sometimes.
Life happens. But yes, if that happens, that'd be great. And then obviously we know who won, which is Bianca, which we all said, all right. If I thought for a moment that it was going to be Bayley, because we couldn't determine who it was going to be, so I said Bayley, and then I was like, maybe if it's not Bayley, then it's Alexa. No, nothing at all. And then next thing you know, Bianca won. Yeah, so I think that would be really great. And then obviously we saw the results on Monday Night Raw, so we're gonna wait to see what happens with that. I'm calling it right now, and I've been saying it on threads for quite some time. It is going to be a triple threat. I'm calling it now. All right?
Triple threat would be very, very interesting.
It'd be great.
It would be very interesting.
It'd be great. I think because if we get the triple threat, it would be of course Bianca Io versus Bianca Io Rhea. You'll get your muscle mommy mania. Yeah. Between those two. And then you got Io, who's just a high flyer and just in the mix of it.
And she's just so great.
Yeah. And that's NXT. Great. And that was Black and Gold NXT. Yeah. And I'm excited for it. So we're gonna go on to the next match, which was the women's tag match. Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton, against Nia Jax
and Candice LeRae.
And Candice LeRae. So we're gonna, of course, talk about
how much you struggled to say that. I struggled to watch that.
Yeah, it was rough.
I struggled to watch it. Honestly.
Yeah, it was rough.
I was too busy. Honestly, still at that point, I was still excited about the whole Jade thing. Yeah. So the excitement really killed the filler matches for me. Yeah. Well, the first filler match at least. Mm-hmm. So when I was doing that, I was just so focused on finding things to post and talk about on that one specific event. Yeah. You know. Now, when it came to this, there was nothing really that pulled me to it besides the fact that Trish Stratus was there.
And I think that was like the whole point of it too. It's like we mentioned in the last episode.
Another thing that we called.
Yeah, it's like
it was a surprise match. You needed to put a match in there. Yeah, for Trish to be in. Yeah, because it's a Canadian. It's a Canadian arena.
Canada. But yeah, I feel like the match wasn't needed though. To be honest with you, it could have been like a 1-on-1, or something. But a tag match. No, to put it with Tiffany Stratton, where it's like. You're trying to build up for Mania against Charlotte and everything. So yeah. It didn't quite feel...
It's the road to WrestleMania, but it didn't feel like it was on that road or alleyway or intersection at all.
Yeah, it felt like it's a match that you kind of watch on like the live events. Yeah. That's what that kind of felt like. Yeah. But I wasn't a big fan of it. I was like, oh man. But it's a cool down.
That would have been a nice like Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw. It could have been Saturday Night Live. Or even Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Main Event.
I was or even on SmackDown. Yeah. Like that would have been a real dope like headliner on one of those on a regular live event. Yeah.
But overall, it was just I couldn't really get into the match. And there was that one spot where Tiffany was kicking Trish. I don't know if you spotted that where she was like, "Hey, like get out" or something like that. Like, Like I didn't know what was going on. I was like, "Is she kicking Trish to get out of the ring? What's going on?"
And I think Candice LeRae, if I'm not mistaken, messed Tiffany Stratton up when she was climbing the buckle and her foot stood there. Yep. Yeah, that could have been very, very bad.
That was a nasty fall. I got scared. The first thing I thought is she's gonna fall on her neck. Like, it actually scared me. But yeah,
I thought she was going to mess up her quad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I think the reason for it is because there's no really ring chemistry.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there's no really
none of them
good ring chemistry at all. You know, with Trish on how she wrestled back in the day, and then obviously Tiffany with Nia. It was just
totally different.
Yeah, it was a totally different. There was a totally different vibe. There was no good connection there, so I think that's why the match kind of like fell through. So,
yeah. Another thing that fell through was a lot of celebrities were there.
Yeah,
a lot of celebrities were there. I love how they showed Nav.
Nav was cool, yeah.
I love how they just completely went over Drake.
I mean, they probably didn't want to show him. You were surprised because I was on Threads and I saw it. I was like, that kid
completely went over him. I didn't see him in a single shot.
No, I don't. I think they did it for a reason though.
They kept him off camera.
Yeah.
For every angle that there was, when you sent it to me that he was there,
I thought it was AI.
I was pausing.
Yeah.
I was pausing because I knew the area he was in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Based off of that picture. So, obviously you know where he's sitting. So you're going to pause it at that moment. And it's like they were they were skipping around him, literally.
I mean, for reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already know. For
reasons they're doing it. But there was a moment where it was very interesting because when we talk about celebrities and everything, everyone was there. I saw a bunch of influencers and I saw a bunch of reactors as well.
Mm-hmm.
Santi was there. The other guy, I forgot his name, he was there. But that's when I knew that he was sitting in the same section as him, and that was like, oh wait, Drake's right around there too.
Yeah.
And I was like, it makes sense. We're in Toronto, so that's fine. And then there was a shot of Michael Cole and Pat, talking about what was going on in the event, and then you see Drake just like in the background, like doing hand movements. He's doing all of this and that. I'm like, yeah, that's him. That's Drake.
Oh, so we did see a clip of him.
Yeah, he's on there. Like
I didn't see it. I guess I was looking so hard. It was kind of like a Where's Waldo thing.
He was there. But other than that, bro, it's
the fact that they didn't mention him, I find hilarious.
I mean, it would have been crazy if they played Not Like Us while he was in there.
Yo, CJ said that.
Like, imagine they played Not Like Us while they're having the WWE event.
Oh yeah, that would have been hilarious.
Yeah, so
that would have been hilarious.
That would have been hilarious. So now we're gonna move on to, I think, probably my favorite match of the night, which is the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match.
That was a great match.
The Unsanctioned match.
That was a great match.
I think as fans, as Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is something that we needed, especially in Toronto. So
absolutely. I was just so shocked that we didn't see El Generico come out.
I was hoping to see El Generico come
out.
I was hoping.
But we still got a good El Generico type match.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
With the hem going at the top.
Yes.
And then being flipped over to the table.
That match was great.
It was fantastic.
From the biting of the forehead. He was gnawing on his forehead. And then bit Sammy in the nose.
It was...
That man's was hungry.
My man's was hungry. Kevin, you are wild. But I think what also made the match we were able to enjoy it as much. Obviously, we're invested in the storyline between them two. Mm-hmm. But I think the reason why we're able to enjoy it is because you got to see a side of Sammy that is he's fighting for his life, and then you got Kevin, who's a complete menace. He's diabolical, and it's just as fans, as we watch them, as I started from NXT watching them. And then learning the history of back in the days of Independence, Ring of Honor, and all that stuff. It's like, man, they've come a long way.
No, come a real long way.
A long way for them to get here. But that match was by far my favorite of the night.
Oh yeah,
100%. I think the cool thing that really got to me was when they brought out the chair.
The barbed wire chair.
The barbed wire chair. When they pulled that out, I was like, wait, what? What is that? Oh, and then Sam just picks it up, and all of a sudden we're just like, oh, bro, they're not going to use this right now, are they?
Yeah, that was hilarious, man.
But it was good.
It was great because just seeing that chair, and then as soon as he set it up, mm-hmm. and then he did that little trip to where KO
Yep.
hit his face with the barbed wire on his cheek
Mm-hmm.
was the moment of impact.
Yeah. Yep.
And I just thought that was amazing because it's we need the hardcore.
Yeah,
We
and I
need
think
the hardcore, and
especially
that's
era.
what needs to come back out.
I think especially in this era too. I think it's expected.
Absolutely.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they actually in talks like, hey, I think we should probably get back into that, but they would do it a little more better than what the competition is doing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Same for the wrestlers, and also
I'm hoping for the Madison Square Garden event to be brutal.
It will be.
I'm waiting for that.
It will be
because there's 2 no disqualification matches going on.
Yep.
The Tornado Tag Team.
It's gonna be great. And the steel cage.
And the steel cage.
And the steel cage. You know Roman's gonna show up, right?
You think Roman's gonna show up?
He's gonna beat Seth's ass in there.
I would love for Roman to show up, but I don't know how true this is. I seen rumors circling around that his sickness may have came back up.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
But I don't know how true it is because know people just talk.
Right.
Just like people saying, "Oh, this Hunter doesn't know how to book."
Did you not watch Elimination Chamber?
Did you not watch Royal Rumble?
Did you not watch Monday Night Raw?
Come on, man.
I'm about to fight y'all, man. This
is the time to be a wrestling fan.
Yes.
This is the time.
Now's the time.
Just like the 90s and the early 2000s. This is the time.
Now's the time to do so.
Now is the time.
Wait, no, we gotta talk about Randy Orton though.
I know. Now's the time.
Oh,
to talk about that.
Okay. Randy Orton coming out to pretty much say to Kevin, like, yo, don't think I forgot. Like, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. So, at the end of the match, we see, of course, Kevin, ripping up the mats and everything like that and trying to, do a powerbomb to
I was excited. I was excited.
Oh.
I was waiting for it.
You chose violence.
I chose violence.
You chose violence. That match got us all violent. We were just...
I love Sami Zayn. But I like Sami Zayn when he bleeds too.
Oh my god. It was cool. And then after that, all we hear is Randy's music play and Randy comes back. But that's Mania.
That was a top tier moment in my household.
Everyone just shot up and was
yeah, me and my nephew, my nephew was yelling, "It's Randy Orton."
Yep. And I think that's good too, is that you have someone like Randy Orton who's been in the company for so long. You get to see how much of a connection he really has as a character, Yeah. Different generations will, no matter how old you are, you know who Randy Orton is, and you'll love Randy Orton. Heel or face.
Yeah.
You will love Randy Orton. Now, mind you though, the move that he was going to do on Kevin Owens, the punt, can we talk about that shot? How he ran up, and then all of a sudden, everybody came in rushing to stop him.
That perfect field goal hit 3 points.
And then all of a sudden, people just that shot, just everybody running in like, no, you ain't doing that.
Yeah,
it was incredible.
It's a teaser.
It was this. Cinema.
Cinema, exactly.
Cinema. But it's definitely a teaser.
Definitely a teaser.
He's
bringing it back.
It's a teaser that's coming back, and it's going to come back at Mania.
I'm excited.
Against Kevin Owens.
I'm excited.
Against Kevin Owens. Sami, they haven't reported as injured.
Yes, indefinitely.
Yeah, indefinitely. So we'll see what happens if he does show up at Mania. If he has something at Mania, we'll see. But
we only got 40 plus days left.
Oh man, I can't believe it's almost here.
Yeah.
I can't. Literally, it feels like as if it's still a year. It just feels odd.
It feels as if WrestleMania 40 just happened yesterday.
That's what I feel like. That's how it feels. It's like we just saw Cody win it for the first time.
it felt like that because everything was just so good in between and coming back into WrestleMania this year. It, like you said, cinema. Absolute cinema.
So now, speaking of cinema, we're going to talk about the men's Elimination Chamber match.
Cinema?
Okay. I like where this is going. That's good.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
I don't think I can do that again.
No. So we had Drew McIntyre.
I can't see the future.
Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. Did I say Drew McIntyre?
You said Drew McIntyre.
I said Drew McIntyre. Damian Priest, and John Cena. There's one more person.
CM Punk, Seth Rollins,
Drew McIntyre,
Damian Priest, Cena. Who was the sixth person?
It's Logan Paul. It was Logan Paul.
That's why we didn't care.
It was Logan Paul. Listen, all I'm gonna say.
We said wrestlers, right?
We did. I did that unintentionally, by the way. Like
perfect.
I was
because I genuinely could not remember that there was. And as a Puerto Rican, I hate to say this, that there was 2 Puerto Ricans in there.
They made history. 2 Puerto Ricans started off and entered the Elimination Chamber for the first time. In the chamber. 2 Puerto Ricans. No, I take that back.
He's billed out of Puerto Rico.
I take that back.
I totally hate that he's billed out of Puerto Rico, but
that's a different. That's a different.
But then on the other hand, we got the bisexual Undertaker.
Oh my God.
That's billed out of Puerto Rico as well. He's billed out of New York.
Yes, he is. Yeah. So it was definitely my second favorite match of the night.
It was great.
It was great. I definitely have to talk about how diabolical Seth can be when he wants something.
Yeah.
But then when someone else is reaching that same goal, he wants to make sure that you don't get it.
Yeah.
I think one of the highlights that I will remember is CM Punk and John Cena being in the same, like in the ring together. I think that was a nice nod to the fans back in the day.
Absolutely.
To like when they had their feud back in the day and everything. That was a nice way to, all right guys, fan service.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, like them, like, all right, you know, John was like, I miss you, and then
he's like, I miss you too.
I miss you too, and then they get in the ring, they shake hands, they hug it out, and then they go at it. I think what I was saying that night too was, who would have thought that this would happen again? Seeing CM Punk and John Cena, CM Punk coming back when we didn't think that he was going to come back, and then John Cena, who was on his final run. I never thought of that.
No, I didn't think about it either.
I never thought about it that in the past. It's like, all right, well, CM Punk's gone. Cena's not going to have his final run anytime soon.
10 years ago, if you said that this was going to happen, no one would believe you.
There's another thing that we would have thought that never happened, but we're going to move on to that soon. Oh, you know. But I think...
I can't even say what I wanted to say anymore because, some legal rights happen. But yeah... You can go on. Let's finish our thoughts.
No, go ahead.
No. Let's finish our thoughts on that because this pertains to what happened at the end.
True.
So let's go back to when, like you said, when they showed their respects, they gave each other flowers. They just both went at it, which was beautiful to see.
Yep.
Then, if I'm not mistaken, Seth Rollins came and interfered.
Mm-hmm.
And
they had like a moment where they were teaming up on him.
They teamed up on him because
you know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of Civil War when you had Bucky and Captain America beating up Iron Man.
Yes. 2 old men.
2 old men.
I mean, Seth is in the middle.
Yeah.
But absolutely.
That's what it reminded me
that
of.
Was great.
Mm-hmm.
There was another part to where after they team up, they go back at it, and I think what happened is that Cena got a little beat up by Punk.
Mm-hmm.
He was thrown to the side, and Punk eliminated Seth, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Punk. Yes,
he eliminated Seth.
He pinned him because they did a double team where he did it was a go to sleep, and then it was an attitude in AA, and then John moved out of the way, and then CMpunk took the pin from him, and then
Caramel Mocha Punk.
He took the pin. And then obviously we were left with the last two. Yeah. Now, again, I'm all about how cameras are put in a way. Yeah. Where we kind of see, obviously Seth is eliminated, and then on top of that, what happens is that Seth is pissed. The fact that Punk now has a chance to go into Mania, and he said it. You are not going to make it to Mania over my dead body, and that's what Seth did.
Didn't even leave the ring.
Didn't leave the ring, but it was the way that the camera was put in the shot of it. It's like we just see Punk just trying to recover, and all of a sudden we just see a body come out of nowhere and just hit the curb stomp of curb stomps. And then we just see Seth just bite on the ropes just like this. Just like diabolical. Evil. A menace.
Maniacally.
That word. That word. And we just see him there. And then you can hear in the back where John Cena had him in the submission. And you can hear Seth in the background saying like, die.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
When he put him in that STF, oh, that was beautiful. Oh, that was the real go to sleep. That was the real GTS. Because, sometimes I feel like, the GTS was a bit off of the attitude adjustment.
Okay.
Just added an extra step.
Yep.
And CMpunk, Caramel Mocha Punk.
Caramel Mocha.
Decided to go to sleep.
Yeah.
At that moment.
And then we had John Cena as the winner.
John Cena as the winner.
See, the thing was that I said it was going to be Punk. I thought it was going to be Punk.
And just like how our comment down on our page on Instagram, I said you may not be able to see the winner. Mm-hmm. I didn't see a winner.
You didn't. Did you see a winner?
Did you see a winner?
Did you see a winner?
I heard. I know who won. But did you see who won?
Did you see who won?
Exactly my point.
So now, this is going on.
We got to address this.
We have to.
This is after
Chamber.
This is after the Chamber match.
Yep. John Cena's in the ring.
John Cena's in the ring.
Cody's music.
Cody Rhodes comes. Music comes on. He comes out to congratulate John Cena and welcome him to the WrestleMania match and the road to WrestleMania. And they're greeting each other and stuff like that. They're showing each other respect. Yes. They're showing each other immense amounts of respect.
It's generations versus generation.
Exactly.
Yeah, era versus era. And Cody did say once before that he would love to have John Cena in a match. And
this is beautiful.
This is great. Again, cinema. Cinema.
Then out of nowhere, if you smell, and then you see Travis Scott,
and then you hear Fiend. It's like that meme. Hey, I hope they play Fiend. We're at a WWE show, and then they play Fiend. It's Travis Scott.
Who's not upset? Who's upset to see Travis Scott? I mean, a lot of you other fans that don't go to shows and aren't like complete diehards or say that you guys are diehards didn't like him there. There's a reason for everything that happens in WWE. It's chess. It's chess.
Go ahead, let him know.
It's not checkers.
Let him know.
It was placed there for a reason. And the fact that he was there and you don't like all these other wrestlers hanging out with this one guy because he's the bad guy, well then, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is. And then we see The Rock.
He
does his
thing.
The whole...
he got the goosies.
It just be cold in there. That's the reason why he got the goosebumps.
I think we all were just anticipating what was gonna happen.
Yeah, I can't say no one guessed it, because there was obviously a lot of guesses going around. That was what was gonna happen, and it's like gambling. It's like the lottery.
Yeah,
you can say left, and they go upside down.
Yep.
There's no actual direction to where anything. There's no actual way to tell where all of this is going.
No.
Because they do a lot of catfishes. They do a lot of this and a lot of that to, make you think it's something happening. Just like the whole tape with Liv Morgan and Raquel, right. To twist you off.
But it was great. And I think we were getting to the point where Cody, everyone's in the ring now. And you can see Travis just hanging in the back. You can see John Cena just, watching. But John Cena played it very well. He definitely played it very well to the point where it's like he's on Cody's side. And then you hear The Rock. Like,
I felt a little too much,
But
it was that. Yeah.
But that's John Cena. That's how Cena is. And I think that's what threw us off. It's like, nah, it's not going to be John. I don't think it would be Cody either. And I did say, like, maybe he does sell his soul to The Rock and then he goes heel at WrestleMania, which that's out of the window. But let's talk about how...
Is it out the window?
Absolutely. I don't think he'll go heel at WrestleMania.
You don't think so?
Nah. I think he'll just... I think it's like a rebrand, if anything. Like, he'll be more aggressive, but it won't be a heel Cody yet. Like, he has to lose that title.
He's losing it.
He's losing it to Cena?
He's losing it. He may be the one to win Money in the Bank.
Oh.
Because has he ever held the Money in the Bank before? Briefcase before?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no. Because then he would have been champion.
Yeah, I don't think so. But let's talk about the big
yes,
moment.
Let's throw that out the window real quick.
Let's talk about the big moment. The heel turn. The heel turn that was heard around the world.
What?
We saw the hug. We saw the face change.
The Break a Fish Foundation. That's the best way I can say it right now, because it's there's issues going on. But yes, that Break a Fish Foundation.
Yeah.
It tore families apart.
Kids were crying.
Fans
were distraught. Real fans that wanted this for years are like, holy cow, we're getting it.
Maybe a little heel turn.
Yeah. So it surprised me, but then I was like, what if we do get a heel turn tonight? What if Cena already sold his soul and we're just being played the fools? But in my head, I'm like, that's the last thing that's in the back of my mind right now.
Absolutely, because you're thinking of the whole soul thing between Cody Rhodes and The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And then with that belt, not only having Cody's soul on the belt, but the date of his father's death.
Yes. That's wild. That was, again, diabolical. This entire event was just based on the villains. The villain has won. It's kind of like in Infinity War where Thanos is like, all right, he did what he had to do, snapped the fingers, wiped out half of the universe, and he just sits down. And we're like, yo, the villain just won.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what happened here. Even though Cena won the chamber match, he went heel. The Rock is obviously like, guess what? Either way, I have a powerhouse right behind me. This was my secret weapon. There's always a plan B.
Oh, yeah.
I still won.
Absolutely.
I still won no matter what, even if I don't have your soul, Cody. And, again, we're going to say it again, cinema.
Absolute
the way that
cinema.
the shots were done, the way that it was, like, how you saw The Rock just do this, how you saw Cena's face just change, and then all of a sudden, they just beat the living hell out of Cody. And then Travis got a few shots in there, but that one that he did...
Travis got carried away. And in my opinion, I seen it as soon as it happened. Because after the whole debacle, everything happened. They're walking away. And then when Cody Rhodes gets up, I see purple on his face.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, Travis Scott did that. He was the only one that punched him in the face. That wasn't a slap.
No, that was a
was like a
fist.
It was like, and he popped his eardrum.
Ugh.
He popped Cody Rhodes' eardrum.
You know he's pissed.
So that receipt's coming, Travis.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
That receipt is coming.
Welcome to the WWE, where
Especially,
we have a thing called receipts.
I hear that you've been training too.
Mm-hmm.
So I give him ups for that.
Do you think...
I already know.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, shit. Do you think... Because the way that I saw it, and I felt like this too, it's like, I've seen something like this before. With NWO and WCW, where we had Hulk Hogan and Dennis Rodman showed up as like a celebrity. That's the kind of vibe that I was getting off of
absolutely.
This too. Do you think The Rock is going to create... Because I feel like he's trying to create this super group.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say NWO 2.0 because we already had NWO. That's that. But I feel like he's going...
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to create a super faction, and it's going to be people what you never expect to be heel. So my question to you is, now that we have Cena, who is behind The Rock, obviously we got Travis Scott in the background. Who else do you think that could possibly be in this group if he's going to try and recruit more people?
You really want me to answer that question?
Absolutely.
I feel like the next person to actually join them, I may be wrong, because it could be far-fetched, is the Demon.
Finn? Finn joining
I think
The
so.
Rock? Okay.
Because he's going to see, maybe he's going to see that Cena sold his soul, and
he's going to get everything that he wants. Okay.
I don't know. It could be a reach. It could be a reach, but that's definitely somebody that I feel, because I mean, it's not like Judgment Day's a face faction.
Man. No, right.
They ain't really, the only heel about them, like heely thing about them is Liv and Dom.
Carlito's the comic relief, yeah. Raquel's just in the background.
And then we don't have no more JD.
JD, yeah.
And JD wasn't, he was just there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Great wrestler, but he was just there.
I think putting Finn in another faction would hurt him. Only because...
But in this way, it's a little different.
Because he's going to get everything he wants that The Rock's going to give him, especially the title shots and everything like that. It could work. I don't know. I'm going to think about that. I'm going to sleep on that.
I don't know. The subliminals and stuff like that, and it's just like, all right, if he's just trying to create a group of villains, so to speak,
yeah,
you don't think that would just look right, and that's sort of how the Rock's minds work a little bit, what looks and not so much what necessarily feels right, because a lot of this, if you think about it, if it's on paper, that's not gonna sound like it feels right to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The way he built this up and stuff like that. He did build it up a little distasteful, but it got to where it's at,
and we're here talking about it now. It's Tuesday and we're still talking
my
about
homeboy Jon Stewart.
It got to Comedy Central. Yeah, you told me about that.
Oh, dude, we're not gonna talk about what he was comparing it to, but because this is not what Ring Post is about. Ring Post is about ring post, things that go on in the ring.
Yeah.
But the fact that everybody's talking about it.
Yes.
This is the time to be a wrestling fan.
If anything, this is what they call a shock?
Yes.
Culture shock.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you have the Major League Baseball talking about it.
Yeah.
You have sporting companies talking about it. You have people who didn't watch wrestling until they were like, what the hell's going on? Why is this all over my page? Like, why is this over my algorithm right now?
And then you're getting fans that used to be fans now.
The old fans.
And then you're getting fans that were in the closet
that just did not want to talk about it
at all,
–
because they felt like, oh, maybe they're gonna look at me like I'm a juvenile or something like that. But
man.
no, this is
John Cena turning heel is something that no one expected that was gonna happen. Especially his last run.
Absolutely, on his last run. I just want to say there's just one person that feels the most devastated more than any child.
Man.
And I feel really bad for this person because this was a person that looked up to John Cena in every single way
that he could possibly can. Man, I feel bad for him. I hope he's okay.
I hope he can survive, but R-Truth, I'm so sorry, man. Your childhood hero.
He said he's about to crash out.
He lived long enough to see himself become the villain.
Yep. And I don't know how he's gonna break the news to little Jimmy. How is he? How is he gonna tell little Jimmy?
I think, me personally, little Jimmy's gonna turn heel too.
Yo, little Jimmy is going to turn his back on R-Truth.
Absolutely.
There's only one person that can save John Cena though, and it's R-Truth.
And
it's R-Truth. My man R-Truth is gonna be in this storyline. I feel like
they're gonna put him in.
They have to.
They have to put him in.
They'd be like, John, what are you doing, dog? What?
This ain't you, man.
You my childhood hero. Truth. We're almost the same age, and it destroys his dreams right there.
What you mean to tell me that I didn't grow up watching you?
If that's the line that we hear, you heard it here first.
Right here. And I already see that, there's people watching.
Yeah, can we talk about how RINGPOST Ramble is we do the show on Monday.
What is RINGPOST Ramble again?
We talk about Monday Night Raw. Like we break down everything.
What do we do about Raw?
We recap.
Is that what we do?
Yeah. But
I would have never thought.
But I don't know. Something's telling me that they did the Raw recap because they were like, "Yo,
first episode
after Elimination Chamber."
Oh, the first episode aired today.
Oh yeah, it did. If you're watching this Raw recap, hit us up. We'd love to be on there.
Yeah. We might turn heel for you guys.
Listen, I'm already a heel.
Oh, we don't got any heels around.
No, we don't.
Sorry.
No. But I think this weekend was proven that anything is possible in the wrestling world, and it's a great conversation starter because, mind you, I was at school, and I was just on I was at a bench, and I had my headphones in and everything like that, and a few people came up to me because they actually. I'm starting the wrestling club at the school.
You're starting it up again?
Yeah, I'm starting it up again, which is good. They came up to me. They were like, bro, Cena turning heel. And it's like a conversation starter. And then on top of that, someone over here, they're like, wait, John Cena from like back in the day?
John Cena turned heel?
Like,
no way.
Like, what do you mean? Like, he turned heel? Like, yeah, that was the last time you watched? Like, they're like, yeah. Bro, he turned heel after 20 years. After 20 years not being heel, he's heel now. That's how you know they got something really good because people are still talking about it.
That man's walking on stilettos right now.
That man right now, I saw a post. I think you shared it. He might have been the one that attacked Jade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was that shit. At this point, it's like whoever gets destroyed backstage, it was John Cena.
No matter what.
No matter who it was. Little Jimmy, John Cena.
Little Jimmy is going to turn heel, I'm telling you.
Listen, if Little Jimmy turned heel...
And if it's not John Cena, it is Little Jimmy that did it.
Little Jimmy did it. Little Jimmy's going to be part of the
telling you that...
You heard it here first. Little Jimmy turning heel. Joining The Rock, selling his soul.
And you know what? And none of them in the group is going to acknowledge it, but R-Truth.
Oh, man.
Little Jimmy, how could you? And everybody's going to be so confused.
Yep. They're going to be like, what are you talking about, man? Well, I'm kind of glad we had this episode.
No, the
Elimination Chamber episode, because it's something that we're still going to talk about probably till tomorrow as well.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Leave your comments, likes, share, subscribe. Talk about the chamber with the community here. Man, what an incredible weekend! What it was to be.
Follow us on Instagram at RINGPOST Official.
Yes, follow us on Instagram. We post videos. We do little memes there.
Yeah, do a lot of memes.
Little memes there. We share stories and anything like that. And I think at one point we definitely want to start like a discussion board. Or I actually wanted to talk to you about this. And now that we're on camera, I was thinking of starting a Discord.
Okay.
For the community where they can join. Where we have the channels, of course, about Raw, SmackDown, NXT.
Absolutely.
PLEs if we want. So like if anyone wants to be in that section of the Discord and everything, they can put in little comments in there. We haven't really discussed on streaming yet on how to do that.
I remember us discussing that in the beginning.
But I think we're kind of we're
working our way into that.
Yeah, we're gonna work our way into it, and we just want to find a way to have you guys more connected with what we do for you for you guys, and how to get you guys more active, I guess you can say, with the community, with
get you guys more active, and then on top of getting you guys more active, just getting you guys the content that you guys want.
Yeah.
I know we all want to see SmackDown, Raw, NXT, and all the PLEs and stuff like that. Even Evolve.
Evolve starts tomorrow.
It starts tomorrow, right?
There's just too much wrestling in the week.
Too much wrestling.
Raw, NXT, Evolve. Thursday we're off, but TNA's on Thursday. So that's why my finger's like this, because that's TNA.
That's like half.
Yeah, it's half because they still got the deal. Then we got SmackDown. Then on top of that, if you got a PLE that week, then you got Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then if it's WrestleMania, you got Sunday.
Oh, my God. Don't even get me started on WrestleMania. I'm going to be so burnt out, man. I called off for that Saturday, by the way.
Did you?
For WrestleMania Saturday, because NXT Stand and Delivers the day of.
Okay.
And then obviously we have night one.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I'm excited. You want to close this out, or want to keep going? We can keep going.
Listen, we're going on 53 minutes now, or whatever minutes it is. But listen, this road to WrestleMania is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's already
it's going to be like none other that we've seen before. I mean, storylines may have been somewhat recycled, but when you cycle, you reuse and you repurpose.
Yes.
And a lot of these stories are being repurposed, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen, the future of WWE.
Yep.
And in this new era.
Man, what a time.
What a time to be a wrestling fan.
What a time to be a wrestling fan. Right
but
now.
On that note, that was our ramble.
Yes, it was.
We would love to see you guys next time.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Justin.
My name is Danny.
Have a good night. Ring Post Ramble!
Ramble.